OpenStreetMap Uganda is a national NGO working in and out of Kampala, promoting community mapping, map awareness, and building a community of mappers across the world.
OpenStreetMap Uganda has been actively using drone technology for disaster response in partnership with different collaborators and stakeholders. We own and use a DJI Phantom 4 drone for most of our mapping activities. The reason why we use a DJI Phantom 4 drone is because this drone is versatile. This drone is easy and efficient to use. This drone here is very easy to maneuver in many types of scenarios and tight spots, and the drone itself is able to land and take off in almost all types of terrain. This drone also is very readily available in Uganda. So during our mapping activities, we use the drone deploy application, which is a mobile application for setting up missions and executing missions during mapping. So why we use the drone deploy application is because this application is very user friendly. This application here works on both iOS and Android setup phones. This application is very easy to use even for beginners, and it's very easy to set up and adjust your missions to optimize your missions to get the most out of a drone. This application is also very versatile, that it allows for different types of missions, from 2D to 3D to 360 panorama, and also you can do corridor mapping with this drone here. So when we are done executing these missions here with this application, we collect the data, mostly images, and these images here we upload them to the drone deploy platform, that is the drone deploy cloud, for processing. Processing our images on the drone deploy cloud platform has saved us a lot in terms of finances and time, and we can easily process all of our data from any location with only the need for internet to upload this data here onto the platform. Before, we would have to return from the field and start the image processing, which would take us about a week or more processing this data locally, but now all it takes is about a day on the cloud. So after processing this data here, the resultant products, that is the orthomosaic and digital elevation models, are extracted and shared with our different partners and collaborators, who then go on ahead to use these products here to view the extent of damage caused by these disasters, to determine how many households have been impacted. The neighboring households who are at risk are also assessed, and from all this information, they come up with mitigation methods and plans to allocate enough resources to assist the people who have been affected on ground.
As the OpenStreetMap community in Uganda, we are mapping for impact and change in the local communities within the country. How are we doing this? We are mapping and adding this data to OpenStreetMap so that everyone can be accounted for and added to the world map. We are using this data to create maps that show distribution, accessibility, and gaps in the different service sectors like education, healthcare, transportation, and many more. The government agencies can as well use this data we have contributed for urban planning and development. Humanitarian organizations also use this data for humanitarian work like planning for refugees, and in case of disasters, this data can be used to plan and allocate resources to those affected. After identifying gaps in distribution and accessibility of services and facilities, the local community is able to hold the government accountable and demand improvement in the different sectors. This increases citizen participation in governance. As OpenStreetMap Uganda community, we pledge to do more of map awareness, continue to map and provide maps to the local community and other stakeholders.